my RC people, and welcome back to the XJ build. So we had to do a complete overhaul on this thing. As you watched from the previous video, it's pretty Frankenstein together. So since then, I have added floorboards that I had from another SCX10, two that I'd torn apart for parts. I put all the electronics in place, the receivers in the receiver box, put this little aluminum clip here to hold all the wires nice and snug. And the more I look at it, I think they have the arms off a Wraith on there. Oh, that's going to be interesting. If you look up underneath, I had to do a little bit of custom grinding just to make everything fit right with those floorboards. But now I'm going to work on the shocks and getting the wheels on there, seeing how that goes. So I've decided to go with 100mm Desert Lizard internal shocks, and I got them at full spring extension on the soft springs. And I just couldn't make sense of their crazy links and how they had them set up. So I went ahead and moved them to the position where they should be to begin with. And it seems like it works decently. The only problem is if you look under complete compression and when you start to turn, they'll barely hit that other link. But I don't think that's much of an issue. And if it is, if I make another link, so I have a way to make my own links, and just make it straight instead of bent, then it shouldn't bind at all. But that is, well, you can see the height difference. So that's going to give me a little bit more wheel well room on that Cherokee body. I'm going to get the other two put on, flipped over, put some wheels on it, and see what it looks like. There it is with all four shocks, the links put back in a more sensible position. And tires, wheels. I've mounted the battery tray up here. It's pretty secure. And well, let's look at the flex. So we've got about this much flex on the rear, pretty good. And about the same on the front. With this Desert Lizard shocks, I don't run much oil in my shocks. I run almost a droop setup, so they'll droop down there pretty good. And then I've also got my ride height. That should help out a lot with that Cherokee body. Now I know I'm going to have to do some trimming on this Cherokee body. But so what I'm going to do is get it mounted up on there, trim where I think it needs to be trimmed, and let's take this thing out for a test drive because that's the best way to see how it's going to ride. Oh, look at those trees. Alright, out for a good trail test, see how this thing handles with the suspension and the body. And this is intended to be a trail truck, and that's how I'm setting it up. I'm sure it'll end up on a course and something more challenging just to see if it can do it at some point, but the primary reason I wanted to build this truck was for getting nice trailing videos. All right, I think that's going to do it pretty good. I think the way we have the body cut now seems to be rolling pretty good on it with this shock set up. And now we just have to think about color choices and what we want to do. Now, you got any ideas? Throw them in the comments. Love to hear them. So, alright guys, this is part 2 of our XJ reconditioning. So, stay tuned. Part 3 will be coming. Probably take me a little bit longer because I got to figure out what I want to paint, and painting always takes a little bit of time. But have a good one, everybody. Catch you on the next video.